Good afternoon, this is Darno from Porsche of Ocala. Just wanted to show you this 2016 Porsche Cayenne black with the standard black interior. I just wanted to go over a few things about the Cayenne, standard features as well as equipment on this particular model. This has the Porsche dynamic light system. So you have the 4-point LED daytime running lights and your adaptive by xenons up front. On the Cayenne, you actually have active vents in the front to help draw air in to the intercooler to improve performance of the car. You do have your standard fog lights, and then your turn signals are integrated right here into the bumper. It gives it a very sleek design. This vehicle is equipped with the 19-inch Cayenne turbo wheels. Even though the Cayenne is an SUV, it's still a Porsche, so it still remains to be extremely sporty. So you have your spoiler back here. You can see the grooves will help to improve aerodynamics, so as you get up in speed, this car will stay very stable on the road. You have your 4-point LED brake lights in the rear. As a standard, you have the 2 exhaust tips in the back. Again, it's still a Porsche, so it has to remain sporty. So the power tailgate is standard on Cayennes. You have quite a bit of space back here. If you lift this up, you'll see that you have a spare tire underneath. You have your privacy shade. Now, what's nice about the tailgate is that you can actually adjust the height and program it, so it makes it more convenient to get in and out of, to open in your garage or for each individual's height. Now, going around into the back seat, so you have a very elegant looking interior, even in the rear of the car. You have a 40-20-40 split. So if you pull the handle that's right here, the seats are going to come down and lock down in place just like that. So if you just pull this lever, it'll be 60% of the rear seat will come down. The same on the other side. You pull that lever, that one seat will come down. Or you can actually just have the center seat come down and use it as a pass-through. Now, what they've done extra on the Cayenne is underneath the front of the seats, you have an adjustment so you can actually pull the seat forward or back a little bit, just so you can get a little bit more space in the rear for any kind of luggage that you might have, or just for the rear passengers adjusting to their comfort. This does have the premium package and a few other things. So you have a 4-zone climate control. So you have two zone in the rear. So individual settings on both sides, individual fan speed on both sides. Okay. You have 2 12-volt outlets under here, so your passengers in the rear can actually have different media devices charging, whether it be, let's say, a tablet, or where they can charge their phone. So you go up front. Again, since it has a premium package, you do have the 14-way seat with the memory package, so you have memory seats on both sides. On the driver's side, it's slightly different because you can program and key, as well as 2 memory seats. Inside the car, you'll see that you have 5 gauges, which is very reminiscent of the 911. This gauge here is your TFT, which I'll get back to in a second. But then you have your multifunction steering wheel here. This multifunction steering wheel is taken, the design was taken from the 918 Spider. On the right side, you have a roller here, so you can actually cycle through and select different items on the TFT. You have your button and hang up the phone. You have your back button, and then on the left side, you have your button to answer the phone. This diamond-shaped button you can actually use to program for different functions, and then the one on the roller on the left is for your volume control. As a standard, the Cayenne has the clock in the center, but considering this vehicle has a Sport Chrono package, it also acts as a lap timer, which you can also access the lap timer from the TFT display. As we come down, you see that you have the PCM with navigation, so it's a touch screen. You have all your keys for quick access here, your volume control on the left, and then your knob to scroll through and actually select items on the right. Because the Cayenne is all-wheel drive, this button on the top right here with the vehicle attached to it is going to be your hill descent feature. So if you're going down a steep hill, the car will do whatever it has to keep under a certain speed and make sure that you remain stable. So just like the rear, you actually have your 2-zone on both sides for the climate control. Up front, you'll have your heated and ventilated seats with the premium package. You have your on and off-road mode that you can switch with this toggle switch here. Very simple operation. And again, since you have the Sport Chrono, you have not only the standard Sport mode, but you also have Sport Plus as well. The difference is when you're driving in a comfort mode, that's going to be your standard setting, your default setting for the vehicle. In that setting, the car will have just enough throttle response, and it'll actually have the automatic start and stop option on all the time. Once you put it into Sport and Sport Plus, it deactivates the automatic start and stop option, or you can just press the A with a circle to deactivate the feature. And Sport Plus is going to change the shift patterns, and the throttle response will automatically be changed once you go into Sport. You have your cup holders here with the 12-volt outlet. You got a nice compartment in here where you have your USB and your auxiliary. Now, this is a very unique design, and not most people understand it at first, but this little handle here is actually really useful. Instead of having a handle up top like most trucks and SUVs do, the handle's here, so it makes it real simple to pull yourself into the vehicle. Now, going back to the TFT really quick, you actually have this customizable menu, which is your main menu. Once you click in here, you can access your settings. So pretty much everything you need would be here, right here in front of your face. You have your audio function, so you can actually set your presets or just radio stations there. You have your navigation option, and then your map will show up here as well. You have your telephone. This telephone option is really good because your contacts as well as your call history will show up here. Is your trip computer, your individual tire pressure, and then the Sport Chrono. So again, like I said, you have the clock on the dash as well as a lap timer built into the instrument cluster right here. Going back up front, just gonna pop the hood for a second. Okay. Cayenne's powered by a 3.6 V6, naturally aspirated engine. It's a very clean engine bay. Everything you need to access, you can access from here. For weight distribution, they put the battery in the rear of the vehicle, but you can access your positive here just in case you need to jump the vehicle, and then you have a ground here for your negative. You have your brake fluid, windshield washer fluid, your coolant, and your oil right up here. That's 3.6 V6. Produces 300 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. There's plenty of power when you need it. Again, this is Darnell, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.